Hi! Does my background look different? Well, that's because I just had my craft room remodeled. Oh, it's a complete transformation. I'm so excited to show it to you and how I got everything organized. Like many of you, I've often thought and dreamed of how I'd love to remodel my craft room. Then when I hit the milestone of 1 million sales as a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I decided the best way I could use that money was to create a beautiful and organized craft room. I'm Shelley Godby, the owner and CEO of Stamping Smiles, and for 22 years, I've been teaching others how to create their own hand-stamped smiles. So we'll start with some before photos so you can see just what a complete transformation my remodeled craft room is. First, let's look at before photos. The first one is a view as I came into my craft room. Now, as I'm showing you all this, I've been working on this room for a year. I have done a lot of decluttering at this point and moved things around to figure out exactly what I was going to want. And so the second photo, well, that's of my cardstock and stamps and more. And I was thrilled to have those cardstock racks. They worked very, very well. And then we kept adding, had this dresser that they fit on well and had lots of good storage there. And then a nightstand that didn't match. And then more of the plastic storage. And then my husband put up shelves for me. And, my stamp and cut and emboss machine and my scrap paper all nicely organized. I've done a video of how I organize that before, my scraps, my embossing folders. And then to the right was my stamp set case. My mom found that a drugstore went out of business and they're selling all their shelving. And so they were, not nearly as deep, not a whole lot wider than the stamp set cases. And so that's where I kept my stamp sets and punches and ribbon and a lot of stuff. All of that was exposed to be seen. And then this third video, well, that's my craft office area all together. So I had my computer right there and the printer. I had everything right there. And so I could just turn pretty much from one to the other. And then the fourth video, well, that was on the other side of my craft table. No storage. I had my light box out there in a refrigerator. I had moved that out of the front room and some storage underneath the table. So here we have the before, and let's move on now to the remodeled. So we're starting with a wide shot of my remodeled craft room with all of its wonderful storage. So we'll do a section at a time. Let's start with the cardstock and stamp storage. All right, so I had always planned to use Stampin' Storage because my goodness, do they ever have the products to get you so organized and so beautifully. But I had my own oak, and I love oak, and a very talented cabinet maker who just custom built everything for me. And so in the center, I have my 8.5 by 11 cardstock. And it's sorted, for me, what makes sense instead of hues are color families. That's how I think. I've got the neutrals, the subtles, the brights, the regals, and then the in colors going from left to right. And then I had enough room still for basic white, very vanilla, vellum, any of the specialty papers. And then over top is my 12 by 12 paper storage. In the center are those core colors in 12 by 12. And then we'll move over here to the right. These are any specialty papers from the annual catalog or packaging. And we'll come over here and look at this. Storage for my 6 by 6. So I've got room for a lot more, which makes me happy. I'd rather have too much than not enough, right, for storage. And then my stamp sets. And so these are from the annual catalog. I'm able to keep them separate from the mini. Loving that. So now let's move over to the other side. So it is just a mirror image of the other, right? And it's set back a little bit. I like that look. And so again, we have my 6 by 6, that's from the mini. Let me show you my sign. I found that at Hobby Lobby. Life doesn't have to be perfect to be beautiful. And that is so true. And then on the shelf beneath that are stamp sets and punches and dies from the mini catalog. And then the shelf underneath are celebration stamp sets. And there we have my punches. I had never stored them like this before. I always stood them up on their ends. But this worked out better with the height of the shelf, even though it's adjustable. And, Stampin' Storage has really neat storage containers to hold them like this, but there would be dividers in between. They can seriously get you organized and beautifully. I'll have a link under my video to my affiliate link. All right, and so then over top, I have even more storage. And like I said, in the next video, I'll be showing you what's inside, how I got them all organized. And then let's come down. I wanted floor to ceiling storage. I'm tall, so I can reach those top ones. And then look at that. Oh my gracious. And so I'll be opening the drawers and show you how I got everything organized inside. So next, we'll go look at my computer area. So in this corner is my office area, and it has worked out so well. And so the closet, I'll show you inside in the next video, but I've turned that into my shipping center. Very convenient. And then I have the cabinetry underneath, and you know what I was telling him? I was saying about the size of a file cabinet, and it's even wider, so for more storage, that makes me very happy. And then the cabinet over top. Oh, loving that. Just having everything together. Love, love, love it. And so this countertop is 6 feet. And let me show you a little bit closer so you can see it. I really like black, but there's a lot of warmth in it, which picks up the oak. So nice. Okay, so let me talk about the things on my desk that keep me organized and efficient. This is an Epson Eco Tank. If you haven't tried this yet, I am still using the same ink that came with it 5 years ago. And then I was helping a friend order one yesterday, and the ink refills, we were looking at $20, $30. Really, really pleased with that. Next to this wire rack has me very organized. On that first shelf are my current catalogs, and then a notebook I reference often, followed by receipts for orders I still need to do, thank you cards, and then thank you cards are done, but I haven't done my filing. And then underneath, this is really cool. I cut printer paper into 6x6. These were the sizes left over. It worked out great. And then my personalized Post-it notes. This has really kept me, like I said, very well organized. And then my laptop. I wanted to save my neck. So it is sitting on an adjustable laptop stand. And if it's going to be up that high, well, I needed a keyboard. So I found one that's pretty doggone quiet. It's not silent, but pretty quiet. And then over here, my Dymo printer for labels, shipping labels and address labels. Wow, that has saved me a ton of time. And then this, well, that doesn't seem important, but it is. It's a cup holder. You don't want to spill liquid onto your keyboard or your crafting table. Highly recommend those. And my TV right over top. I listen more then. And then over here, my blind. I am so tickled with my blind. And I picked that up at Lowe's. So you get them custom to your window. It's like I said, this has worked out very, very well. So over here is my craft table. And we'll start with the storage underneath. So I've got storage on both sides. And Stampin' Storage will do something very similar for you. Very nice. And so let's get in closer. So I have the same countertop, and it's another 6 foot. And then look at this. My ink is so organized. So again, I did color families. But what's really cool is all in a row are the ink pad, the Stampin' Blends, the refill, and the Stampin' Write marker. And you can do something very, very similar like that on Stampin' Storage. Then I had enough room that I put most of my Clearmount blocks where they're easy to grab too. And so, like I said, you can do something like that at Stampin' Storage, and also Stampin' Up, Storage by Stampin' Up. Until about 2 weeks ago, that's what I've been using since they came out. And it's a more economical solution that may work for you. And then over in this corner, I have my caddy that rotates, my Stampin' Seal. It just rotates so nicely with everything that I need. There we go. And then I have this silicone mat that I've been stamping on. And what's nice about that, then you don't get adhesive on everything. And so let's look at some of my decorations. My wrapped canvas, Wayfair, beautiful. And my home, well, that's where houseplants come to die. So we went the artificial route, and I found, isn't that pretty, the fern. I found both of these on Amazon. And then my greenery in between, Hobby Lobby. Great place to find things for decorating. Oh my goodness. And so I'm going to show you inside the drawers in the next video how I got it all organized. And you may be seeing a lot of pink roses. Pink, pansies are my logo for my business. Really love pansies. I have a lot of pansy stuff too, but pink roses have always been my favorite since I've been a little girl. My grandma would cut one and we'd float it in water. It was always a soft pink rose. So I surrounded myself with them. So over here I have a raised area. I'm tall, so it's nice. I don't have to bend over to do a lot of cutting and everything else. Really like having, it's the same height as countertops in your kitchen. And so in the corner, well look, I've got floating shelves so you don't have the ugly brackets. And my floating shelves, well, they have lights. So if you need just a little bit of light, look at that. Isn't that cool? And let me show you my floating shelves. Well, this, chosen, holy, dearly blessed, Hobby Lobby. And then my absolute favorite Bible verse. Whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. Philippians 4:8. And here we go. Hobby Lobby, my little clock. Now this was important to me. My router and modem had to be out, but I have them in this corner. You don't see them from another room. And they're all in black and things are in black, but that kept it, I couldn't hide it away. But that worked out really well. That doesn't look nearly as junky as it used to. And then I have my wonderful storage underneath. I wanted an open shelf for my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine and my mini and my dies. So I just pick that up, use it when I'm done, just put it right back in, and then again, all of this incredible storage. You just can't have enough of that, can you? I know I can. So let's do a little scan again of my room. That has me now in beautifully organized in a room that I'm just pinching myself that I get to work in here. Thank you for taking the tour of my remodeled craft room. I'm sure you'll agree that really was a complete transformation. And I'll have links under the video for several of the products that I showed you in case you thought, ooh, that would work well in my craft room or space too. And in the next video, I'm going to open up drawers and show you how I got things organized, as well as the products I use to create the videos and take very nice pictures. I also invite you to subscribe to the Stampers Insider. It's your free stamping source for inspiration, information, and ideas. Just go now to www.thestampersinsider.com to subscribe. I'm Shelley Godby, teaching you how to create hand stamped smiles. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.